my gosh. I'm getting good at doing that at least. Hey, buenos dias, que onda amigos, John's Moto Garage. Welcome back to the channel. It's dark outside. One of the realities of riding Harleys and bikes in general and trying to learn new things is you cannot ride during the day in most cases because there's just nowhere to ride because these things make a lot of noise and businesses are in operation, all that stuff. Anyway, they're super loud. It's just hard to find places to ride. So anyway, one of the realities is you have to ride on the weekends. That's why you always have the Sunday fun day. Dudes out there on the weekends. And then also sometimes you can get away with doing a session at night if you find a place that's rideable. That's what we're doing tonight. It's about 9:30. I'm going to jump over to the spot, and I'm really wanting to figure out these donuts and these drifts. And we just got this new tire. Again, shout out to Dom829 and Gino for linking up and helping me to get a new tire on the bike. Anyway, this is going to be a very short and sweet sesh. I really just want to try getting a clip or two for progress. Alright, so we made it to the spot, and we may actually have enough light here, I don't know, to get a decent clip or two. But anyway, all I'm going to try and do is just get one or two decent clips to try and, I don't know, document my progress and show where I'm at and what I'm working towards. It'd be nice to have it propped up here a little higher, huh? I don't know how I've built this YouTube channel up to what it is without ever getting proper equipment. It's always so sketch, man. Let's try that out. Can't really afford to spend a ton of time warming up. I really kind of just got to get into it. So that's what we're gonna do. So the toughest thing on these really is the commitment, giving it enough gas to let that tire break loose and just start spinning. And it's scary to give it all that gas, but you got to do it. I mean, that's the only way to break it loose and make it work. And then of course with that, you're always best off low siding the bike. There we go. This thing is so loud, so you kind of got to go in, get your clip, and get out. You know, I don't have time to be sitting here messing around. So there's two things. You can do one where you put your foot down. That's one option. I'm gonna try that here. And then the other one is keeping your foot up. Gotta get those RPMs up higher, man. That's half the battle for me. So at least on that one, I was getting the RPMs a little bit higher, a little bit closer to where they needed to be. Oh my gosh. I'm getting good at doing that at least. See, what I'm not doing on those is I'm just not I'm not high enough on the RPMs, and I'm not leaning enough either. So it's a combination of the two. I was doing great yesterday. I had some decent clips yesterday, but we got it. There we go. Okay, so that was the 360. Little sketch, but I'll take it. Hopefully that turned out okay. So that's with my foot down. Initially, when I was out riding with Dom, I wasn't even trying to put my foot down, but I think it might be helpful for me to try doing that now. A little too sharp, but I'd rather go too sharp than not sharp enough, you know? Okay, get those RPMs up, man. You gotta get those RPMs up, otherwise it's not gonna work. There we go. So it's when you get into that, it's really not horrible once you get into that little motion. It's just getting, you know, trusting yourself enough and giving it enough gas to get into that motion in the first place is what's difficult. And you can see there, initially didn't give it quite enough juice, and then I ramped it up a little too much. So then there's still a matter of finding that sweet spot, you know. The way my lever is set up here, it hurts my wrist. I need to figure something out with that. I've not mustered up the courage to do this the other way, which I'll definitely have to figure out, because, you know, this is not a one-side game. You got to do it both ways, man. All right, we'll have to do one or two more and then get out of here. Just a matter of time. Ugh. See, so at least on that one, we dropped it to the right side, that being the low side. I kind of want to try one without putting my foot down. Ugh. In some ways, those almost seem easier. So I'm getting that initial pop, but I'm not locking in. I think I might be coming in just a little bit too hot. Okay, let me try with my foot down. Haven't tried those in a while. Because you'll know, the dudes like Dom and Lino, when they have their foot down, it's not like doing the splits way out into middle of nowhere. It's like right by the bike. The difference is, us rookies like myself, we just let the foot drag as far out as it goes, meaning the foot's kind of just thrown down there as a safety mechanism. We don't really know what we're doing with it because we're so focused on the bike. Which is okay for beginning, that's how it's going to be, but like everything else, you want to get into a point where you got total control over what's going on. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh my gosh. So what I'm trying now is with my foot down, just to get back into the circle game. So it's almost like you shouldn't be relying on your foot. The foot should just be down as a planter, you know, as a stabilizer. And you get like that with these, where the body's relaxed and you're just kind of working with the bike, not against it. Woo! Just like that. Here's the reality of a session like this. That was a 10-minute sesh between cameras, and I only got one maybe decent clip, you know. There you go. I'll take it though. That's probably a good one to end on. That is a good one to end on. So what am I doing? So here's the wild thing. About a month ago, if I had told you that I would be able to do that trick today, I would have been super thrilled on that. But now I've already like set the bar to the next level, you know? So that's just the name of the game. The other thing I kind of wanted to try tonight was rolling burnouts, but yeah, I mean, it is wild. You start to just kind of get the feel, just like with a wheelie, just like with riding in general. You get a feel for the sweet spot with the throttle, with locking up the tire, where you're going to brake it, all that stuff. Alright, there's my only rolling burnout that'll do for the night. Let's get out of here and call it a day. Put my rocks back. Anyway, there you have it, you guys. John's Motor Garage. Sometimes you got to go to extreme lengths to get that seat time in. I know when I went out and rode with Dom, people made some great points that you do save a ton of trial and error, and it does cut off a lot from your learning curve riding with somebody who's been there and done it. It's like me being able to teach Jackie some basics as well on a motorcycle. But the reality is, despite all that, none of this happens based on the work of somebody else. You know, like the only way to figure out any of this, just like anything else in life, is putting in the seat time and the practice. And for me, it all goes back to what I mentioned before with my video about doing wheelies. I just have so much fun coming out and doing this kind of thing. This is something that years ago wouldn't have been anywhere on my radar. And I started seeing people doing this kind of thing, and just over time, you know, got my feet wet and started having fun. And anyway, like a year and a half before I even started my YouTube channel, if you had shown me a video of doing just that sketchy, real scrappy little donut, I would have been like, no, dude, that's me. There's no way, bro. And I would have been totally thrilled with it. So from that standpoint, I'm pretty stoked that I'm learning and making progress. But I am quick to remember that I gotta have fun and I gotta take it easy. I've got a wife and kids, so this is not my life. It cannot be my life. I can't afford for it to be my life. I gotta focus on priorities, number one. And then if I'm able to have fun doing this and feel alive at the same time, then that's just all a bonus, you know what I mean? All a big bonus. But for me, I'd say, heck yeah, man. Bonus for sure. So today we got one successful 360, no foot down to the left side. And then a couple successful donuts, I think up to a 720 with the foot down. And then I even got a rolling burnout at the end there. And so I gotta say I'm pretty stoked, man. Overall, I'd say pretty good session. Pretty good session. I appreciate the support. As always, if you dig the content, be sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Nos vemos. This is how you roll in incognito. Bam! Back of the casa. Just to kind of go to show, like, you know, the progression can happen. But I gotta say, some of the things that have helped me out the most, like honestly, what kind of laid the foundation to even muster up the courage to mess around on this heavier bike, was going out on that DRZ in the dirt. First time I went out on that, and even now I still go out on the dirt and I don't have it like totally dialed in, but it really helps out with getting a feel for the movement the bike's going to make, and you know what your throttle response will do in terms of how the bike goes and leaning and all that stuff. So I definitely say if you want to work your way into the Harley stuff, play it safe. This is the one instance where I'll say ride smart, not hard, and start on something lighter, less powerful, and ideally in the dirt, because it makes a big difference. I cannot imagine going straight to the Harley. No way, bro. No way. Anyway, John's Moto Garage. We got toilet paper over there if you need some. John's Moto Garage. We'll catch you next time. Adios. Nos vemos.